Fatherhood, man. 2 years ago, man, my baby girl was born. She's 2 years old. Her name is Amelia, man, and she's like, that's my world, man. That's my world. Like, every time I'm with around that little girl, man, she just changes me, you know? She gives me inspiration. She gives me, like, strength to keep on going on in this world, man, and I'm just blessed to have that, you know, a baby to call my own, you know?
It's hard to be a father. It's hard to be a parent, period. Being a father is even harder because there's so many statistics against you. And just showing people that you can do it.
Watching the growth process is the highlight to me of being a father. Yeah, because certain things only happen once. And being there to watch it or see it actually happen is beautiful. From the first mumble word to, the first walk or crawl, first hug, kiss, it's like, to me that's the most beautiful process of just life, period. And it's also getting, you get to see kind of what you put into the child. You know, as a child grows, you can see some of that coming back. Like, okay, they was listening. You know, look how they're doing certain things or whatnot. It could be anything from the way they eat to the way they clean to how they play or whatnot.
I was going to be a dad probably 9 years ago. And so it was like, it's kind of scary at first because you don't know what to expect. But then when you see that this baby in your hands, it's like, it makes you realize you're here for other reasons than yourself. You know, it makes you want to make your life better because of, this little person that's in your life.
And you have 3 little people now.
So it makes me even go harder.
I don't have words to really explain how I feel about that little girl. All I know is that when I'm with her, I know I changed. My whole life changed. Everything stops. Nothing matters. Nothing comes before her. You know, everything is just cut off. You know, it's just about her. I focus, my girl, my business, everything that I do is just completely shut off when that little girl's around me. So she got power, man. She got all the power in the world around me, and I love her, man. Her name's Amelia, and she's just my world, and she just changed my life for the better, man. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to have that little girl and be a dad. You know, it's like the best feeling in the world.
I wasn't scared. I was definitely nervous because that's something you think about, my gosh, look at the world, look, my child is coming into this crazy world, but I just think as long as the world has been here and people have been alive, that's how it's been, period. So, yeah, I was definitely nervous, but I was confident, and I wasn't prepared at the time, but right away I started getting prepared.
Didn't really have a dad in my life, but I knew of my dad. It's a difference, you know what I mean? And knowing that I've had a dad somewhere probably made me a better person, you know what I mean? I never hold any grudges against them, you know what I mean? Not being in my life, but now that we got a relationship, we got a good relationship now, so we do stuff, we go camping, and with my kids and his kids, we do, family stuff, so it kind of makes it better.
I never celebrated Father's Day. My father was never around in my life, and it's like I said, my baby's only 2, and unfortunately she lives in Florida. She doesn't live in the city, she doesn't live in Boston, so I never celebrated a Father's Day, so hopefully this year I can try to get her to come to be here with me so I can at least have that experience.
Honestly, I could care less if people celebrate Father's Day or not, because to me personally it's just another cheesy holiday on another made-up calendar, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? People say it all the time. I say it to my mother, my son's mother, every Mother's Day. You're a mother every day from your first child. You know what I'm saying? So that'll never change, especially if you're a part of your child's life. One day a year does not do justice to anybody who's raising children. whether they're the parent or not. Like if you're raising and taking care of life, period, like that's big. It's very big.
Really, there's so many things I can tell her, you know, because of stuff that I lived and the type of person I was before, and just try to really school her to what men out here nowadays, and I'm not saying everybody, but definitely a lot of guys are into, you know, trying to just not let herself get caught up and fall in love with the wrong type of person, and that can ultimately ruin her life, like I've seen it happen a lot of times, you know, and not getting misled or getting caught up in situations that she should definitely, and I think that's one of the main things I want to teach my daughter is just to keep your eyes open and really understand who you with, you know, don't just go with, oh, I'm in love with him, and I think you never know who that person is. Like, try to fully understand who he is before you really get down to something committed. You know, I'm talking about in the long term, hopefully I can be able to inbred that in her. You know, just basically just on my situations, the way, unfortunately, I have treated women in the past. You know, just try to school her to not deal with people like me that I was when I was a youth. You know?
Patient. Slow down. Step back, watch, listen. Don't stop asking questions. Don't stop being curious. Somebody tells you no, find out why they're telling you no. And if it does not make sense, if it's not correct, forget their no. You get the answers yourself.
Be the best. That's all I could ever ask for. You know, be the best you can be. You know, prove everybody wrong. That's it.
Fahrenheit TV.